In this video I will do a review of my fantasy football team for game week 7. Now we start with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is Raya and will stay Raya. I didn't change my goalkeeper. There's no point in changing my goalkeeper. He didn't have a clean sheet last week, but long term Raya is normally a good pick. Arsenal has the best defense in the English league by a distance, I would say. Now, if we look at the defenders, I'm going to play now with 4 defenders. Senesi from Bournemouth, who's doing very well. He's the only defender so far who has maximum points from DEFCON. He already has 12 points from DEFCON, which is the maximum. There's no reason to get him out. It was a very good choice. Then I want to play with Tarkowski from Everton against Crystal Palace at home. He already has 10 points from DEFCON. Not last game week, but against Crystal Palace, who is a much stronger team than West Ham United, who he played against last week, so he might get his DEFCON. And maybe a clean sheet, of course. Now I have Gabriel in my team, a double up on the Arsenal defense, and play against West Ham United, who is not very good and doesn't look very good at all. They changed the coach, but we'll see if it works. But Gabriel is very good on set pieces, and with Gabriel you get a lot of clean sheets, and he's also a goal threat, so maybe now and then a goal or an assist, and obviously also sometimes a DEFCON. But with DEFCON only 4 points so far, I think I'm choosing more for the clean sheets and for the goal threat, and also for the easier fixtures. The first 5 fixtures of Arsenal doesn't look too difficult, and Gabriel is, I got Van Dijk out and Gabriel in. So I think that getting Van Dijk out and Gabriel in, I think is a very easy transfer. It cost me only £100,000. But Gabriel has many more clean sheets than Van Dijk. I got Van Dijk out because there were 2 reasons. I think that Van Dijk from Liverpool, because the goalkeeper is injured, dus Alisson Becker from Liverpool has an injury. For a few weeks he is out. And he's a very good goalkeeper. And Liverpool looked very poor against Galatasaray and Crystal Palace in defense. They gave away so many chances against Crystal Palace, but also against Galatasaray. They don't look very good in defense anymore. And then with a new goalkeeper, that's not going to help either. I don't think Liverpool will get many clean sheets in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Arsenal many more. So getting Van Dijk out, I transferred him in last week. Now I get him out. But because of the goalkeeper and because of Liverpool doesn't look very good in defense. And Arsenal looks very solid in defense. I double up on Arsenal, goalkeeper and defense. Normally I don't do that, but because of the fixtures and they have a very strong defense, I think it's a good choice. I also have Richards in my team against Everton. I think there's a very good chance on a clean sheet and a very good chance on DEFCON. Everton doesn't look very good going forward. They don't make many goals, and I think that there is every chance on a clean sheet in the DEFCON. But 4 defenders. I'm going to play with 4 midfielders now. Now Jeremy Doku obviously keeps in my team. There's no reason to get him out. They play against Brentford away. But I transferred Minte in. I got King out. King was on my bench from Fulham. But I transferred Minte in. I think he's a very cheap midfielder, doing very well so far. And they play against Wolverhampton, who has a very poor defense. And I think I want to play with Minte against Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton has a very poor defense. And Minte is looking very good. And Brighton in general looks very good now. They beat Chelsea 3-1, 2-2 against the Spurs. They beat Manchester City 2-1. In general, they're looking very good as a team. So I have Minte only 5.9. Now Foden, obviously, he keeps in my, he's in my team and he will stay there for sure, hopefully for a very long time. And obviously Semenyo is doing very, very well. So Semenyo, Foden and Doku keep in my team, and I get Minte into my team. I only going to play with 2 forwards, Haaland. Obviously he stays my captain, which is an obvious choice. Again, he scored twice in midweek. Against Brentford he will get his chances. And he's on penalties too. So far no penalty yet, but he's on penalties too. There's no reason to get him out, of course. And Gyökeres, because the fixtures of Arsenal is getting a little bit easier now. He doesn't have easy matches so far, Gyökeres, but the fixtures are getting easier. Against West Ham he will get his chances. But I'm going to play with 2 forwards. Now let's look at the bench now. Then we see now that Dubravka obviously on the bench from Burnley. But then you have quite a strong bench, I think. It's almost time to get the bench boost. Kudus from Tottenham Hotspur. It was difficult to create the bench. Kudus from the Spurs against Leeds. Pedro is on the bench. Because I think that Pedro is a little bit injured. And without Cole Palmer, he doesn't look very dangerous anymore. Without Palmer and without the Lep, he plays as a number 9, but he doesn't get the passes. They don't feed him as well as with Cole Palmer. And Liverpool is still he plays against Van Dijk and Konate, or 2 very strong centre backs, so it's going to be hard for Pedro to score. So I get him on my bench. And also Mukiele then from Sunderland, who's doing very well so far. So the bench looks very strong. It's almost time for the bench boost. I think maybe next game week I will do the bench boost, I think, in game week 8. So for now I play with 4 defenders. It's the first time this year I play with 4 defenders, but because I think of Defcon and a good chance on clean sheets, I think all 4 defenders have a good chance on a clean sheet. 4 midfielders and 2 forwards. So that was the end of the video. We talked about my review of game week 7.